Hi guys, Ricky here. I'd just like to just want to touch base, and so I like to say I'm in Tenerife, sunny Tenerife, and just like to say I was at the Supreme CBD warehouse the other day with Anthony, and makes me feel very, very proud to see so many people that were at the warehouse with me.
In the world of boxing, few names resonate as strongly with British fans as Ricky, the Hitman Hatton. He was not only a champion inside the ring, but also a working-class hero who embodied grit, determination, and charisma. His thunderous left hooks, relentless pressure, and fearless approach made him a fan favorite, while his humility and vulnerability made him relatable beyond the sport. As of now, just days after his passing, Ricky Hatton's net worth was estimated at $40 million. This wealth was a product of his legendary boxing career, pay-per-view blockbuster fights against some of the greatest fighters of all time, endorsement deals, and later ventures as a trainer and promoter. Yet money was never Hatton's motivation. His true wealth lay in the adoration of millions of fans who saw themselves in him. Early life. Richard John Hatton was born on October 6, 1978, in Stockport, Greater Manchester. He grew up on the Hattersley Council Estate in Hyde, a tough working-class community where life was about resilience. His parents, Ray and Carol Hatton, worked hard to provide for their family. Ray, a former footballer for Rochdale, instilled discipline, while Carol brought warmth and support. Ricky had a younger brother, Matthew, who would later follow in his footsteps into professional boxing. As a child, Ricky loved football as much as boxing. He idolized Manchester City and spent endless afternoons dreaming of playing in the Premier League. He was talented enough to have a trial with Rochdale's youth side, but destiny had other plans. School life at Hattersley High School wasn't glamorous. Ricky was a quiet kid, but fiercely competitive. After leaving school, he briefly worked in his family's carpet business, though a mishap with a Stanley knife nearly ended his chance of ever boxing. His father quickly moved him into sales rather than risk losing the gifted hands that would one day bring him glory. But boxing called to him early. As a boy, he stumbled upon the local Hyde boxing gym, and that single step into the ring shaped the rest of his life. Coaches quickly noticed his raw aggression, iron chin, and an almost unnatural ability to cut off the ring. His amateur career was short but explosive. Hatton won 7 British titles and represented England on the international stage. At the 1996 IBA Youth World Championships, he lost in a controversial match clouded by a bribed judge. The experience soured him on the amateur system. At just 18 years old, Hatton decided to turn professional. Personal life. Ricky Hatton's personal life was as complex as his fights. He was a man of passion, humor, and vulnerability. Relationships, and children. Ricky became a father early. His son, Campbell Hatton, was born in 2001 from his relationship with Claire. Campbell would later become a professional boxer himself, proudly carrying the Hatton name into a new generation of British boxing. Ricky also had 2 daughters, Millie and Fern, with his longtime partner, Jennifer Dooley. At the time of his passing, Ricky was also a proud grandfather to Campbell's daughter, Lila. Religion. Hatton rarely spoke about faith publicly, and his beliefs remained private. He wasn't defined by religion, but by his strong connection to family, fans, and community. Personality and struggles. Outside the ring, Ricky was famous for his charm and humor. He was approachable, always willing to share a pint with fans, and carried himself like one of the lads. But beneath the jokes, Hatton battled demons. The end of his boxing career left a void, and he spiraled into depression, alcohol abuse, and drug use. He admitted to suicidal thoughts and even attempted to take his own life on more than one occasion. Despite these struggles, Hatton became a public advocate for mental health awareness, using his platform to remind fans that even heroes can suffer in silence. His honesty about his darkest moments made him a beacon of hope for many facing similar battles. Other works. After retirement, Ricky remained active in the sport. He founded Hatton Promotions and trained fighters such as Nathan Gorman and Tommy Fury. He also enjoyed TV appearances and was a sought-after after-dinner speaker. In 2007, he received the Member of the Order of the British Empire, MBE, for services to boxing. Professional career. Ricky Hatton's professional journey is the heart of his story. A tale of meteoric rise, global fame, heartbreaking defeats, and inspiring comebacks. The early years. Hatton made his professional debut on September 11, 1997, stopping Colin McCauley in the first round. From there, he tore through Britain's boxing scene, winning the Central Area title, British light welterweight title, and international belts. His aggressive style, crowd-pleasing power, and blue-collar identity made him a sensation in Manchester. The Tsayu Triumph. The defining night of Hatton's career came on June 4, 2005, at the Men Arena in Manchester, where he faced the feared champion Costi Tsayu. Few gave him a chance, but in front of a raucous home crowd, Hatton unleashed relentless pressure. After 11 brutal rounds, Tsayu retired on his stool. Hatton was now the IBF and lineal light welterweight champion. That night transformed him from a local hero to a global superstar. Later that year, he unified by beating Carlos Mausa to add the WBA title. Hatton was now on top of the world. Moving up, in 2006, Hatton jumped to welterweight and edged out Luis Collazo for the WBA welterweight title. Though victorious, the fight exposed vulnerabilities. He wasn't as sharp at the higher weight. He returned to light welterweight, defeating Juan Urango and then scoring a highlight reel knockout over Jose Luis Castillo. The Mayweather Showdown. On December 8, 2007, Hatton faced the undefeated Floyd Mayweather Jr. in Las Vegas. The build-up was electric. Hatton's fans traveled in droves, turning Vegas into Little Manchester. Hatton started strong, but Mayweather's precision and counterpunching took over. In the 10th round, a vicious left hook sent Hatton crashing into the ring post. It was his first defeat, but his stock with fans only grew. They admired his courage. The Pacquiao Nightmare. 2 years later, on May 2, 2009, Hatton fought Manny Pacquiao. The fight ended in brutal fashion. Pacquiao knocked Hatton out cold in the second round with one of the most devastating punches in boxing history. Many believed Hatton should never fight again. Retirement and comeback. Devastated, Hatton retired in 2011, but the itch to fight never left him. In 2012, he returned against Vyacheslav Senchenko in front of his beloved Manchester crowd. He fought bravely, but was stopped in the 9th round. Heartbroken, Hatton retired for good, admitting, "I needed closure," beyond the ring. Though his competitive days were over, Hatton's love for boxing endured. He became a promoter, trainer, and ambassador for the sport. His induction into the International Boxing Hall of Fame in 2024 cemented his legacy as one of Britain's all-time greats. House tour and car collection. Ricky Hatton wasn't a man who flaunted wealth like some of his boxing contemporaries. His home in G Cross, Hyde, became affectionately known as Heartbreak Hotel, a nod to his love of Elvis Presley. The house was less about extravagance and more about comfort, filled with memorabilia from his career, championship belts, signed gloves, and photographs of unforgettable nights. He was known to enjoy luxury cars, though his collection wasn't publicly detailed. Reports over the years linked him with high-end vehicles typical of boxing champions, sports cars, and luxury sedans. Yet, much like his personality, Hatton's lifestyle reflected more of a working-class lad who made it big than a flashy superstar. Unlike many athletes who balance sports with academics, Hatton's education ended with secondary school. He never attended college. Instead, his college was the Hyde Boxing Gym, where long hours of sparring, road work, and discipline replaced lectures and textbooks. In truth, his life at school had prepared him for boxing's toughest lessons: resilience, humility, and the hunger to keep fighting. Cause of death. On September 14, 2025, tragedy struck. Ricky Hatton was found dead at his home in G Cross, Hyde, at just 46 years old. Greater Manchester Police confirmed that there were no suspicious circumstances. As of September 15, 2025, the exact cause of death has not been made public. The news stunned the sporting world. Fans flocked to his home, laying flowers, scarves, and boxing gloves outside Heartbreak Hotel. Messages poured in from legends like Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, and countless others, all honoring a man who gave everything in the ring and lived with an open heart outside it. Ricky Hatton's legacy transcends boxing. He wasn't just a two-division world champion. He was the people's fighter. He made ordinary fans believe they could rise for the council estate to the bright lights of Las Vegas. He sold out arenas, united cities, and brought joy to millions. But perhaps his greatest legacy lies in his honesty about struggle. By sharing his battles with depression and addiction, Hatton showed that even the strongest warriors fight invisible wars. In doing so, he saved lives, reminding fans it's okay to ask for help. In the end, Ricky Hatton will be remembered not just for his titles or his brutal body punches, but for his humanity. A man who lived for his family, his fans, and the sport he loved, flaws and all. Ricky Hatton's life was a story of triumph and tragedy, of glory and vulnerability. From the Hattersley estate to the International Boxing Hall of Fame, his journey captivated the world. His fists made him a champion, but his heart made him a legend. Ricky the Hitman Hatton, 1978 to 2025, forever in the ring of our memories.